South Africa woke up to a scene that many are calling unprecedented in the nation's political history. In the dead of night, armed police units stormed the home of Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema in what has been described by insiders as a highly coordinated, no-holds-barred operation. The timing of the raid, coming just hours after the late Nathi Mthethwa's final phone call, has sent shockwaves through political circles, raising questions about the extent of President Cyril Ramaphosa's reach and the true power dynamics in Pretoria. According to sources close to Mthethwa, the final call he made before his tragic and sudden death was to President Ramaphosa himself. While the details of the conversation remain shrouded in secrecy, whispers in government corridors suggest it contained explosive revelations, possibly implicating high-ranking officials in corruption, political maneuvering, and covert plans to control key opposition voices. What Nathi said in that call rattled the presidency. It was the kind of information that could bring down careers. When he hung up, the world of power in South Africa changed forever, but no one knew it yet. It is widely speculated that Mthethwa's call directly influenced Ramaphosa's decision to authorize the raid on Malema's residence. The operation, according to law enforcement insiders, was executed under a combination of intelligence reports and what officials are calling urgent national security concerns. At approximately 2:30 a.m., residents of Malema's neighborhood reported hearing a convoy of police vehicles, sirens blaring, and officers deploying tactical gear. Eyewitnesses described the scene as something out of a movie, with officers surrounding every possible exit and helicopters circling overhead. "I've lived here for 20 years, and I've never seen anything like this. They weren't knocking, they were breaking down doors. It was terrifying. People were shouting, children crying. And all of this, they say, because of a call someone made before he died." Inside Malema's compound, the chaos was just as intense. Officers reportedly confiscated computers, documents, and phones. Several EFF members were questioned on site, though it remains unclear if any arrests were made. Sources suggest that the police were specifically searching for information linked to Mthethwa's last communication and possible connections to opposition activities. The political fallout has been immediate and fierce. The raid is already being condemned by opposition parties as an abuse of power. Analysts warn that this unprecedented move could further destabilize the already fragile South African political landscape. This is nothing less than political intimidation. They think they can silence us through fear, but South Africans deserve the truth. We will fight this, not just for ourselves, but for the future of our democracy. Meanwhile, the ANC has remained tight-lipped, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories. Critics argue that this action is part of a larger effort to consolidate power and silence dissent within the political opposition. Social media has erupted with trending hashtags calling for transparency, and citizens are demanding answers about Mthethwa's last call and why it has triggered such an aggressive response. Political analysts suggest that the implications of this raid go far beyond the immediate confrontation between the presidency and the EFF. It exposes deep-seated tensions within South Africa's ruling and opposition parties, and hints at a potentially dangerous escalation in the struggle for control over the nation's political future. The fact that this information allegedly led to a direct police operation against an opposition leader is unprecedented. It raises profound questions about the use of state resources and law enforcement in political disputes. As the country reels from the shock, multiple investigations are expected to unfold. Parliamentary inquiries, media exposés, and possibly judicial proceedings could all be triggered by this explosive chain of events. Meanwhile, citizens remain glued to their screens, waiting to see whether the presidency will respond publicly or continue to operate in secrecy. For now, the mystery of Nathi Mthethwa's final call hangs over the nation like a shadow, a silent catalyst that may have set off one of the most dramatic political confrontations South Africa has ever witnessed. The questions linger: what did Mthethwa reveal? Why did it trigger a raid on Malema's home? And most importantly, how far will those in power go to control the narrative? One thing is certain, the coming weeks promise political drama, revelations, and possibly the unraveling of secrets that some hoped would never see the light of day. South Africa stands on edge, watching a story that seems stranger than fiction unfold in real time.